The soldier who adopted his enemy's child. In the midst of a war-torn landscape, where the cries of conflict echoed louder than hope, there lived a soldier named Daniel. He was no stranger to hardship. The years had etched lines of worry and fatigue onto his face, but beneath his stern exterior beat a heart that yearned for peace. Each day, he marched into battle, not out of hatred, but out of duty, a sense of solemn responsibility to protect his homeland and his fellow soldiers. One fateful evening, after an intense skirmish that left both sides battered and weary, Daniel found himself among the ruins of a small village. Smoke drifted through the air, and the world seemed painted in shades of grey. As he moved cautiously through the debris, Daniel heard a faint whimpering. Following the sound, he discovered a little girl, no older than 5, trembling behind the remnants of a crumbling wall. Her eyes, wide with fear and confusion, met his. She was clutching a tattered doll, her only remaining companion in a world turned upside down. At first, Daniel hesitated. He recognized the insignia on the doll's dress, the same symbol worn by the opposing side. This child was the daughter of his enemy. Yet, as he looked into her teary eyes, Daniel saw not an enemy, but a frightened child in desperate need of help. The war had taken her family, her home, and her sense of security. In that moment, Daniel's heart overpowered the divisions of conflict. He knelt down, setting aside his weapon, and gently spoke to her. His words were foreign to her ears, but the kindness in his voice transcended language. Slowly, she allowed him to approach. With great care, Daniel wrapped her in his coat and lifted her into his arms. He didn't know what the future would hold, but he knew he couldn't leave her behind. As days turned into weeks, Daniel faced criticism and suspicion from his comrades. Some questioned his decision, fearing it would compromise their mission. Others were moved by his compassion. Daniel persevered, learning the little girl's language, piecing together fragments of her story, and doing everything he could to comfort her. He gave her a name, Hope. Hope became a beacon, not just for Daniel, but for all who witnessed their bond. In a world divided by lines on a map and differences in belief, Daniel and Hope represented something rare and precious: the power to see beyond labels, to find humanity in the very place where others only saw enemies. Over time, Daniel's act of kindness inspired those around him. Soldiers from both sides heard the story, the soldier who adopted his enemy's child. It became a reminder that war may divide, but compassion has the power to unite. Daniel's leadership grew, not because of his rank or his skill in battle, but because he led with empathy and courage. When the fighting finally ceased, Daniel and Hope returned to a world still healing from the wounds of war. Together, they helped rebuild what had been destroyed, brick by brick, heart by heart. Hope grew up surrounded by love and understanding, a living testament to the lesson Daniel had taught her: that our greatest strength comes from embracing those who are different from us, and that true victory is found not on the battlefield, but in the kindness we show to others. Their story spread far and wide, inspiring countless others to choose compassion over division. In the end, Daniel's legacy was not written in medals or victories, but in the life he saved and the hope he restored. And so, the tale of the soldier who adopted his enemy's child remains a powerful reminder. Even in the darkest of times, a single act of kindness can change the course of history, lighting the way for others to follow.